Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Homage to our most venerable teacher Bhante, our Pinvat Loko Swamin Hanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Everyone, good children and everybody, we are lucky that we are here again today to learn about our supremely enlightened Buddha. I think you have a good knowledge about the Supreme Buddha and his journey and his enlightenment and his starting his preaching Dhamma and everything. And now we have the Buddha in the world. We have his teaching, the Dhamma in the world. And we have the Holy Sangha, the Venerable Mahasangha in the world that we talked about Mahasangha in our last 2-3 episodes actually. If you remember, in our last episode we talked about the Venerable Yasa Arahan Bhante and his ordination. That was incredible. Incredibly, he came to the dispensation asking for the refuge from the Supreme Buddha. And he actually, if you remember the life of Venerable Yasa, he was a very delicate and very comfortable life he had. He had 3 mansions actually built by his father. His father was a very rich person in Benares, but he was not happy about the happiness he had in the 3 palaces actually. And he left his palace asking for some happiness rather than enjoying the sensual pleasures. On the way, he came, fortunately, with the help of the Devas, he came to the deer park at Isipatana, where the Buddha was sitting after preaching his Dhamma to the Panchavagyas, bhikkhus, 5 monks. And Yasa Bhante, Yasa, the Prince Yasa was very fortunate. He came to the Supreme Buddha. He listened to the Supreme Dhamma. And he was fortunate to attain the fruits of the path. And his father, in our last episode we talked, his father was worried about his loss. Because in the morning, Sujata, Yasa's mother, she woke up early morning and she found their son is missing, not at home. And they were panicked, and Yasa's father left early morning in search of his son. And he met the Supreme Buddha. And he listened to the Dhamma. Then the Buddha paid a psychic potency, not to hide Yasa from his son, now from his father. Now Yasa's father cannot see his son sitting nearby the Buddha. And then after listening to the Dhamma from the Supreme Buddha, Yasa's father was fortunate to attain the stream entrant, the stage of enlightenment. And then by listening to the same Dhamma the Buddha preached to Yasa's father, Yasa was fortunate to attain the Arahantship. And then Yasa Bhante asked for his ordination, and the Buddha gave the ordination, Ehi bhikkhu pabbajja. Come, dear monk, this Dhamma is well preached. Practice this Dhamma to attain the ultimate bliss of happiness. The Buddha gave the ordination. Do you remember? And then Yasa's father, now Yasa Venerable Arahant Bhante, his father invited the Supreme Buddha for alms at home. I hope that you would enjoy the the part of the movie that describes the incidents after that moment. So Yasabante's father and mother, they offer alms food for Mahasangha, headed by the Supreme Buddha. Who is the Mahasangha? Their son, Venerable Yasa Arahant Bhante. From that moment, we will have that part from the movie. I guess this is it.
Please, may I invite the Lord Buddha to receive alms food at my house this morning? Once the wealthy man had left, Yasa requested ordination as a bhikkhu. Once Yasa's mother and wife heard the Buddha's teachings, they both gained the vision of Dhamma, attaining the fruition of stream entry. They declared themselves as Buddhists and took refuge in the Triple Gem, becoming the first female followers of Buddhism.
Vimala, Subahu, Punaji, and Gavampati. You were my close friends during the time when I was a layman. Now I've gone forth and do not concern myself with worldly pursuits. For what reasons are you all here?
We heard you'd gone forth, and were sure you must have had good reasons to do so. And so we came to see you.
Well, if that's the case, I will take you to meet the Lord Buddha, the one who has shown me the light. I will request the Lord Buddha to give you instructions as well. Follow me.
Listen, all of you. Once you know the unwholesome and the roots of the unwholesome, know the wholesome and its roots, know decay and death as well as their causes, know the cessation of decay and death, the path leading to the cessation of decay and death. Once you know suffering and its causes, the cessation of suffering, know the path leading to the cessation of suffering, then you can be said to have the right view.
The 50 of you are all friends from my home region. If you need help with something, I will do whatever I can to help you.
When we heard that you had ordained as a monk, we felt inspired, and it made us want to ordain as well.
Very good. I will take you to meet the Lord Buddha, but you must make the request for ordination yourselves.
Listen, all of you. A bhikkhu in this Dhamma Vinaya is taught not to grasp at any state. Hearing this, he understands with wisdom. Understanding with wisdom, he attends to knowing all states as they arise, knowing feelings as they arise, pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, neither pleasant nor unpleasant feelings. He considers the impermanent nature of feelings. He observes the arising, persistence, and passing away of feelings. Seeing impermanence, he grows weary of feelings, weary and disinterested. He is able to let go. Meditating on letting go, not grasping or clinging to feelings, leads him to contemplation and realization of cessation. Bhikkhus, you have now attained the sublime Dhamma. So go forth and travel from place to place, spreading the Dhamma. Proclaim Buddhism for the benefit of the many, but let no two travel on the same route. As for myself, I will go to Uluwela Sananigama to spread the teachings there.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That was an incredible movie, actually. We have the right information in the movie, and then they have done their best, actually. We are so grateful for the people. This is a Thai movie, actually. We have in English subtitles and everything. From that moment, what happened to the Arahant Bhante Yasa? Now, Yasa's father invited the Supreme Buddha and Yasa Arahant Bhante for alms food. We will go from that moment today. The first chance is for, let me take my time. Hiru, your first chance to read. Actually, we read this last week too, anyways.
The Buddha said, "Come, monk, the teaching is well proclaimed. Practice the spiritual life to make a complete end of suffering." And that was the full ordination of that venerable. Then there were 7 arahants in the world.
Sadhu,
That's an answer.
sadhu, sadhu. Then tell me, someone else, who are the 7 Arahant monks now in the world? This question goes to, okay, someone else. Dimal. Who are the 7 Arahant monks?
Yes, Asaji, Mahanyana, Kondanya, Vapa, Badya, the Supreme Buddha, and Yasa.
Yes, good. The Supreme Buddha is the first Arahant in the world, and Panchavagya Bhikkhus class now Venerable Arahant Yasa. Kevin and Laura, next chance is for you to read. Now we see Yasabhante's mother. Who is Yasabhante's mother actually? Nithya? Subodha? Who is Yasabhante's mom?
Sujata Devi.
Sujata. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's offering alms food to the Supreme Buddha and Yasabhante. See the picture? Yasa's father is offering alms food. Yes, Kevin and Laura.
Yasa's mother and his former wife becomes stream enters. After robing up the following morning, the Buddha took his alms bowl and robe, and with Venerable Yasa as his attendant, he went to the house of the merchant and sat down on the prepared seat. Yasa's mother and his former wife approached the Buddha, bowed and sat down.
Very good. Sadhu, sadhu. So now they are offering alms food. They are very lucky people. Huh? After listening to the teachings from the Supreme Buddha, Yasa's mom and Yasa's former wife were fortunate to attain the first stage of the enlightenment called stream entry. Sotapanna, they are lucky. Now Yasa's father, mother, and Yasa's former wife, they are fortunate in the world to attain this stream entry. You remember Kali listening to the the discussion of Sathagira and Hemotheakas, she also was fortunate to attain the first stage of the enlightenment in the world. Okay, Senile. This word is pute Samukansika. Samukansika is a Pali word. Samukansika mode of preaching.
Samukansika, mode of preaching. The teachings unique to this. The Buddha gave them a progressive teaching. Talk on generosity, talk on virtue, talk on rebirth in heaven, talk on the suffering of sensual pleasures, talk on the filth of a life with defilements, and talk on the benefits of renunciation.
Sadhu, sadhu. So this is very special method of the Supreme Buddhas. When the Supreme Buddha starts his preaching, he talks on generosity, which is called this is called Samukansika mode of preaching. So it's very special. So when the Buddha knows that the people are ready to understand the noble truths, he started his preaching about the noble truths, suffering and so forth. So first, he made others' minds ready to understand. So talk on generosity, talk on virtue, talk on rebirth in heaven. See, that's how he starts his talking. Talk on the suffering of sensual pleasures, talk on the filth of a life with defilements, and talk on the benefits of renunciation. That's how the steps go on. And then, yes, what happens after? Linda, your chance.
When the Buddha knew that their minds were ready, without hindrances, joyful and confident, he revealed the teaching unique to the Buddhas, suffering, its origin, its end, and the path. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. After this Samukansika mode of preaching, he starts, the Buddha knows that the minds are all right to understand the deep Dhamma, and he starts preaching the noble truths. This is called, everyone, Samukansika mode of preaching. I want you to remember the name of this special method of the Supreme Buddha, which is called Samukansika mode of preaching. Samukansika Desana. One more time. Samukansika Desana. Okay. Asala, Dhyana, and
Shakya.
Shakya, your chance.
And just as a clean and stainless cloth absorbs color properly, so too, while they were sitting right there, they experienced the stainless vision of truth. Anything that has a beginning has an end.
Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so here, just as a clean and a stainless cloth absorb color properly. That's a beautiful simile. Huh? The mind is all right to understand, ready to understand, just like a pure white piece of cloth absorbs very nicely, properly the color. They absorb the pure Dhamma to attain the Arahantship. See, I want you to remember again the simile. Okay, Nethil's chance is next. Nethil. This is how they understood the Dhamma.
They had seen the truth, had reached, understood, and entered it. They had gone beyond doubt and uncertainty, had attained to confidence, and had become independent of others and the teacher's instructions.
Sadhu, sadhu. So, what was the simile again? How did they understand the Dhamma? Like Subodha? What was the simile they understand? The Buddha explained. Subodha.
I don't
remember this English and
You don't. Okay, that's okay. Yes, Hiru?
Just as a clean cloth absorbs dye.
Right. Just as, like, so you see, just as the clean stainless cloth absorbs the color properly, they understood the pure Dhamma. I want you to remember that simile pute again, okay? Okay, Subodha, your chance next.
Yeah, answer. And they said to the Buddha, "Wonderful, venerable sir, wonderful. We take refuge in the Buddha, the teaching, and the Sangha of monks. Please accept us as lay followers who have gone for refuge for life." And they were the first women in the world to become lay followers by the means of the triple refuge.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. This is Yasabante's mom and former wife. They were fortunate to understand the noble truths, the first stage of the enlightenment, Sotapanna. They were lucky people. And then Senon from Sri Lanka. Are you listening to us? Your chance.
Yasa's mother, his father, and his former wife personally served various kinds of fine food to the Buddha and Yasa. When the Buddha has finished his meal, they sat down, and the Buddha inspired and delighted them with the teaching, and then got up from his seat and left.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. They offered alms food to the Supreme Buddha and Venerable Bhante Yasa, and then they left. Do you know what did they offer to the Supreme Buddha and Yasa Arahant Bhante? Who knows? On the same day. Anyone else? I didn't talk about that before. Yes, yes. Who is that?
Kamit.
Okay, Kamit, your chance. Your chance.
On that day also, it was milk rice that Yasa's mother, Sujata, daughter of Senani, offered to Buddha's alms.
Yes, Kemit was right. Kemit was right. This is the picture. Sujata, before the enlightenment of the Supreme Buddha, offered milk rice as an offering, right? As an offering to the tree deity. She offered this to the Supreme Buddha, but Buddha was not a tree deity anyways. She was lucky, really, really lucky to offer the first meal before the enlightenment of the Supreme Buddha. And then maybe that's the good merit she collected to attain the Arahantship, to attain the stream entrance. Not Arahantship, actually. You're right, Kemit. Vimal's chance next. What's going on? This is Vimala Subahu Punnaji Gavampati. Again, Vimala Subahu Punnaji Gavampati. I want you to remember these four names. They come to the Supreme Buddha. Searching for Yasa, they get enlightened too.
Do I read some also?
Yes.
Now Yasa had four friends, Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, and Gavampati, who are from the wealthiest merchant families in Benares. They heard that Yasa had shaved off his hair and beard, put on ultra robes, and had gone forth into homelessness.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See, Yasa had a good people around him as friends. Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gavampati. They were excited, like, why? Yasa had everything at home, but he left home to become a monk. It is not something simple. He had gotten a very nice, very intelligent decision to let go of everything at home and to go forth into homelessness to become monks. It's not something simple. We would we would like to go and in search of like to see what was going on. They came to the Supreme Buddha and they met Venerable Yasabante. They were fortunate to become enlightened to Dehan. Are you listening to us?
Yeah, my son wants it.
Your chance is next.
And they said to one another, it can be no ordinary spiritual path, no ordinary going forth for Yasa to have acted like this. Then they went to Yasa and bowed down to him.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. They bowed to the Venerable Bhante Yasa and said, Aga.
Yasa took his 4 friends and went to the Buddha. He bowed, sat down and said, Venerable Sir, these 4 friends of mine, Vimala, Subahu, Punaji, and Gavampati, are from the wealthiest merchant families in Benares. Please instruct them.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See, they are very meritorious people. Huh? They come and they wanted to have something very happy in the world. Please, Bhante, instruct them. Yasabhante says to the Supreme Buddha, for their friends. They were the wealthiest people ever in Benares. See, but they wanted something to be free from the suffering in the samsara. Okay, next chance is for Senon from Sri Lanka. Are you listening, Puta?
Yes, hear my song.
Yes.
The Buddha gave them a progressive teaching. Talk on generosity, talk on virtue, talk on rebirth in heaven, talk on suffering of sensual pleasures, talk on the filth of a life with defilements, and talk on the benefits of renunciation.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Chamudi, do you know what is this called? What is this mode of preaching? The Pali word. Senon, Sandesh, Dimal, Kevin, Laura, Hiro, Subodha. Who knows? Who remembers? Senila.
The simile?
No, Pute. What is this mode of preaching called?
Oh, the
Samukangsika mode of preaching.
Who is this?
Kemit.
Kemit, very good Kemit, yes. That is called Samukansika mode of preaching. Buddha gave the Samukansika mode of preaching to Vimala, Subaha, Punnaji and Gavampati, the same type of Dhamma. They were lucky, really lucky. They were lucky. And then Ashan. Ashan is here today to read. Yeah.
When the Buddha knew that their minds were ready, supple, without hindrances, joyful, and confident, he revealed the teaching unique to the Buddhas, suffering, its origin, its end, and the path.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for your reading. See, who are these 4 people? Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gavampati. Yasabhante explains. Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gavampati. They are the first people, everyone, in this world who got the opportunity to get enlightened. Okay? Manut and your sister? You're listening, Pati? Manut? Okay, Dinara.
Hear my son answer. And just as a clean cloth, a clean and stainless cloth absorbs dye properly, so too, while they were sitting right there, they experienced the stainless vision of the truth. Anything that has a beginning has an end.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for your reading. So, see the same simile as the clean, stainless, pure white cloth absorbs the color. They understood the Dhamma properly. Anyone from Toronto? Your next chance is this. So they were lucky to ordain under the guidance of the Supreme Buddha. So now,
Emerson. They had seen the truth, had reached, understood, and entered it. They had gone beyond doubt and hesitation, had attained to confidence, and had become independent of others in the teacher's instruction.
so they were lucky, huh? See the beautiful picture of Supreme Buddha. Peter.
And they said to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, we wish to receive the going forth in your presence. We wish to receive the full ordination. The Buddha said, Come, monks. The teaching is well declared. Practice the spiritual life to make a complete end of suffering.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for the beautiful reading, Peter. So, who remembers the ordination Buddha gave to the monks? Like, come monks, the Dhamma is well proclaimed, well declared. Practice the spiritual life to make a complete end of suffering. What is this called? Sandesh? Chamudi? Yeah?
Ehi bhikkhu.
Ehi bhikkhu pabbajja. Ehi in Pali means come. Bhikkhu is the monk. So come monk. The Buddha says it's a psychic pretense actually. So Buddha gives the Ehi bhikkhu pabbajja to these 4 people. Who are those 4 people? Chamudi?
The friends of
We, Yasabante's friends, 4 friends. I want you to remember everybody. Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gavampati. Chamudi's chance is next to read.
And that was the full ordination of those Bhantes. Then, as the Buddha instructed those monks in the teachings, their minds were freed from the corruptions without grasping, and there were 11 perfected ones in the world.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, they became Arahant. Now, how many Arahant Bhantes are there in the world with the Supreme Buddha? This question goes to Kevin and Laura. How many Arahants? Including the Supreme Buddha. Imasha and Shivan, your chance. How many Arahants?
There were 11 Arahants.
There were 11 Arahants, including the Supreme Buddha. Who can name them actually? Who are these 11 Bhantes? Okay.
Sonnets, can I say?
Yeah.
Ankondanya, Vappa, Padya, Mahanama, Asaji, and the Buddha, Yasamatan Vansi, Vimala, Subahu, what's the third name?
Punnaji?
Punnaji Gavampati.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. You want to say the Supreme Buddha first, okay? The Supreme Buddha is the first Arahant ever in the world. Huh? It's the Supreme Buddha. Kondanya, Vappa, Badya, Mahanam, Asaji, Yasa, Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gavampati. 11 Arahant Bhantes. Okay, now what was going on after this Mahasangha? Now there are some very meritorious people looking for the Supreme Buddha, looking for the ordination of Venerable Yasa and his 4 friends. This chance goes to these people. This was Imasha and Shivan. Let me give you a chance.
"50 of Yasa's friends from leading families in the countryside also heard that Yasa had shaved off his hair and beard, put on yellow robes, and gone forth into homelessness. They said to one another, 'It can be no ordinary spiritual path, no ordinary going forth, for Yasa to have acted like this.' And they went to Yasa and bowed down to him."
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. What happened actually? What happened, Sandesh? They had 50 people as friends. And then they were excited about the Asabante's ordination. And Vimala, Subahu, Punaji, Gavampati, 4 people. They got the ordination in the dispensation of the Supreme Buddha. They were not shocked actually. They were not worried about their ordinations. They were not feel sorry about their leaving from their wealthy families. They were excited. They wanted to know what was going on. Is there something really special for them to let go of their happiness at home, to go to the Supreme Buddha for the ordination? They came, letting go of everything, forgetting their families, their wealth, because they were rich people. They came to Bhante Yasa. They came. See, that's the real friendship actually. They had a good combination among their friendships, and they wanted to know. They wanted to feel what was going on. What was that happiness or something? They were lucky. Sandesh, your chance is next.
My goodness, Anna. Yasa took his 50 friends and went to the Buddha. He bowed, sat down, and said, "Sir, these 50 friends of mine are from leading families in the countryside. Please instruct them."
Yes, Yasabante took these 50 people to the Supreme Buddha and then invited the Supreme Buddha to instruct. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu. And then what happened next? Rania, are you listening to us?
Yes,
Your chance, Pate.
The Buddha then gave them a progressive teaching. Talk on generosity, talk on virtue, talk on rebirth in heaven, talk on the suffering of sensual pleasures, talk on the filth of life with defilements, and talk on the benefits of renunciation.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Rania, do you remember this mode of preaching, especially from the Supreme Buddha? This was called?
I don't remember, son.
It's a Pali word, yeah. Anybody else? Dinesh De Silva? Chandi? Okay, anyone else?
Samukansika Desana.
That is called Samukansika Desana. Samukansika Desana. Please remember this, huh? This will be very important for you to, if you remember. Okay, Puta, Senon. No, Mevan. Mevan, Senon's Aya. Your camera is off anyways. Mevan. Okay, I give this chance to Poonam. Poonam from India.
Yes, Pandiji. When the Buddha knew that their minds were ready, without hindrances, joyful and confident, he revealed the teaching unique to the Buddhas, suffering, its origin, its end, and the path.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Buddha knew that these 50 people are ready to understand the Noble Truths. After giving them The Samukkansika mode of preaching in generosity, the virtuous behavior, being born in the heavenly world, letting go of the sensual pleasures and renunciation, and stuff like that. Their minds were ready to listen to something deep. Buddha gave the Dhamma. They were lucky. They were really, really lucky to get enlightened ever. To make their life ever happy and stop their the rebirths in the samsara again and again and stop their suffering. Doing. Your camera is off anyways. Yes, your chance next. Doing.
Bante, did you call me Bante?
Yes.
And just as a clean and stainless cloth absorbs dye properly, so too, while they were sitting right there, they experienced the stainless vision of the truth. Anything that has a beginning has an end.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. They were lucky, right? They were lucky. They were really lucky. They got their enlightenment. Next, again, I give this chance to Poonam from India. Okay, I want to give you a word about the picture you see on my screen. This picture is available in Sambuddha Raja Maligava in Polgahavela in Sri Lanka. It is a picture about to explain the Mahasamaya Sutta, the great gathering in the Kapilavatthu forest. And then the Buddha had a beautiful Dhamma talk called Mahasamaya Sutta. Yes, Poonam.
Yes, Bhanteji. They had seen the truth, had reached, understood, and penetrated it. They had gone beyond doubt and uncertainty, had attained to confidence, and had become independent of others in the teacher's instruction. And they said to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, we wish to receive the going forth in your presence. We wish to receive the full ordination.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for the reading. So they wanted to become monks in the dispensation. Jenny is from Toronto. Jenny is listening to us.
Hello, Bante.
Yes,
I'm
you're
from
from
Las Vegas. Yes.
Las Vegas or from
Yes.
US.
Yes.
That's great. This is your chance.
The Buddha said, "Come, dear monks. The teaching is well preached, practice, and spiritual life to make a complete end of suffering." And that was the full ordination of those venerable monks.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That was their ordination. That was their enlightenment. They were lucky, huh? Come, dear monks. Again, the Ehibhikkhu Pabbajja, they received from the Supreme Buddha. Ehibhikkhu Pabbajja is only from the Supreme Buddha, not from the other venerable monks. Okay? It's a psychic potency. Actually, people should have good merit for Ehibhikkhu Pabbajja to have it. They were lucky. Now 50 people as friends of Yasa Bhante, they came to the Supreme Buddha. They got their ordination. They got enlightenment. Now my question goes to someone else. Now, how many Arahant Bhantes are there in the world?
57.
57. Anybody else? 50 people came.
61.
61, including?
The Buddha,
Including the Supreme Buddha. 61. Okay. Chenuli.
Am I sorry?
Okay, your chance. But when your cameras are off, I don't see, and then I don't take the chance for you to read. Okay, anyways.
Then, as the Buddha instructed these monks in the teaching, their minds were free from the corruptions without grasping, and there were 61 arhants in the world.
Sadhu, sadhu. 61 arahants in the world. That was an incredible thing happened ever in the world. The Supreme Buddha was born, he understood the Dhamma, and he preached the first sermon to 5 monks, Panchavagya bhikkhus. And then if you remember, Hemavata Sutta for Yakkas, and then they became enlightened, they became esteemed entrant to, remember, Sathagira, Hemavata, and 500 Yakkas each, altogether 1002, including Sathagira and Hemavata. And also Kali, who was listening to this conversation of Sathagira and Hemavata being in the sky. She got the opportunity to become stream entered. And then the Supreme Buddha preached the Dhamma to Venerable Yasa. Yasa became a stream entrant, and then Yasa's father came to the Supreme Buddha to listen to, in search of Yasa, his son. He listened to the Dhamma. He was fortunate to attain the stream entrant. And then listening to the same Dharma from the Supreme Buddha, Yasabhante became enlightened, Arahant. And Yasa had 4 special friends, Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gavampati. They were excited about the Yasabhante's renunciation. They came to Yasabhante. The Buddha gave the ordination to them. They were fortunate to understand the 4 Noble Truths fully. They had 50 other friends. They were also coming to the Supreme Buddha. Everybody was fortunate to be Arahants, to become Arahants, to stop their journey in the samsara. That was something incredible in the world. Okay, now we have 61 Arahant Bhantes, Arahants, including the Supreme Buddha in the world. Okay, if you remember the things that we talked today, my question to someone else, okay? What was Samukansika mode of preaching? Devindu, you didn't get the chance to read today, but maybe next time. Or Subodha. Oh,
Short answer.
yes.
Consider mode of preaching is like when the Buddha preaches what according to what the people are like.
Yes.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Dhanakatha and Dhammakatha, those ones.
Yes, Pute. Why do you think, how do you think that why the Buddha preached such a special preaching before his deep Dhamma?
So you can get the people's attention.
Yes. And the Buddha wanted their minds to make ready, right? For the deep Dhamma. This is a good answer. Yes. Okay, next chance goes to Hiru. Who is Yasa Arahant Bhante's mother?
Sujata Devi.
Okay. Next goes to yeah, we have Dimal. Dimal. What was the who were the first woman in the world who become lay followers? First women actually who became lay followers by means of the triple refuge.
Yasa's mother and Yasa's former wife.
Yasa's mother and Yasa's former wife. Who is Yasa's mom?
Sujata.
Sujata. Yeah, good. Duvin, your question is next, okay? What did Yasa's mother Sujata, daughter of Senani, offer to the Supreme Buddha that day as alms food?
Bhante, she offered milk rice.
Milk rice. The same milk rice maybe she offered before the enlightenment of the Supreme Buddha. Maybe, yeah? It's a good answer. Next question is Linda. Who are the 4 friends of Yasa Arahant Bhante?
Okay, Bhante, Bhante. Let me remember. Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, and Gawampati, Bhante.
Sadhu. Very good. It's not a competition anyways, huh? Okay. Okay, Aga. How many Arahant monks were there in the world, including those 4 monks? Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, and Gawampati.
It was 11, Bhante?
Yes, including the Supreme Buddha. That's 11. Good. Okay. What was the hometown of those 4 friends? Goes to someone else. Hometown, Dehan, Sandesh. Hometown of Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, Gawampati. Nethia, Kevin, Laura, Dimal, Chamudi, Senon, Hiru.
Benares.
Benares. Very good. Benares. Benares or Varanasi in Pali, right? In Sinhala we say Varanasi. Okay. Next opportunity for Kemit. Your question. What is this ordination called? Come monk, the teaching is well declared, well preached. Practice the spiritual life to make a complete end of suffering. Dear monks, what is this mode of ordination called? Good, very good. Ehibikku Pabbajja. Next chance for, okay. Peter. Is that okay? After the ordination of Vimala, Subahu, Punnaji, and Gawampati, how many friends of them came to the Supreme Buddha?
50, Bhante.
50. That's a good answer. Very good. 50 people came to the Supreme Buddha. And then it's a deep question. Who gets the deep question actually? Maybe to Tuini and Tinuli. Oh, I didn't see you today, Pute. Your faces are covered. What are the 4 noble truths?
The 4 noble truths are suffering, end of suffering, causes of suffering, and nibbana. The path leading to the end of suffering.
Okay, one more time.
Suffering, the cause of suffering, the path leading to the end of suffering, and end of suffering.
Okay, Pute. Suffering, the origin of suffering.
Yeah.
The cessation of suffering, and the path leading to the cessation of suffering. Good try. Next is for okay. I give this chance to Senon from Toronto. What is the simile that explains the vision of the truth? Simile, you learned many times actually today. Chamudi.
The simile is that
The analogy, Pute. Yes, Chamudi.
The simile is that like a white cloth, it absorbs the dye, and just like that, the monks they take the Dhamma.
That's great. You're right. And then the last chance for last chance goes to Kevin and Laura. Are you ready? After the ordination of these 50 clansmen, 50 friends, how many Arahants were there in the world with the Supreme Buddha?
There were 61 Arahant Bhantes in the world.
That were 61 Arahant Bhantes were there in the world. And who can name all of them? Supreme Buddha. Hiru.
Supreme Buddha, Kondanya, Vappa.
Kondanya. And next one?
Vappa.
Vappa. Everybody.
Padya.
Dia. Mahana. Asaji. Yasabante. Vimala. Rahu. Everybody. Punnaji. Gavampati. Okay. And 11. Now 11. And
50
friends.
All together 60.
And the Supreme Buddha.
And with the Supreme Buddha, 61 Arahants were there in the world. For the benefit of devas and humans, now they are ready to travel in the world to share the authentic teachings of the Supreme Buddha, to make their life happy ever. So this is the episode that we talk based on Acharya Manso, the marvelous sage, the Supreme Buddha today also. Been really grateful to our teacher Bhante Pinnath Lokaswami Nanse. We got this opportunity to talk about the Supreme Buddha, and we learned. The first merit goes to this, goes to our teacher Bhante Lokaswami Nanse. May he be well, happy, and live long, and be fortunate to complete the understanding of the Noble Truths very soon by the power of this merit too. Sadhu, sadhu.